Hello, my name is Matty, I'm assistant editor at the magazine, and I'd like to share a fun and clever technique that will help you blend day with night. You know, sometimes you can't decide when to take your landscape. Do you go for a day shot with lovely golden hour light, warming up the scene and the sky? Or do you take a different line and go for a night shot, with the sky faded to blue, the buildings illuminated, and the cars making traffic trails through the busy streets? Well, with this technique, you can have the best of both worlds and merge both day and night together into one time-spanning landscape. This may look like a really complicated technique, but in reality, it's dead simple. All you need is two images, a day image and a night image shot from exactly the same spot. But the magic really happens when you merge the files together. So let's close down our file image and see how this technique comes together. Our example images can be found in the Start Images folder and are called nightshot.jpg and dayshot.jpg. With both of them open in Photoshop, select the night shot first. We need to select all the pixels and copy and paste it onto the day shot. To select all the pixels, click Ctrl and A and then Ctrl and C, and this copies the pixels. You can close down this file now by clicking the X. That leaves us with the day shot. And to paste the night shot over the top of this, click Ctrl and V. Let's bring in our layers panel. And you'll see that by clicking Ctrl and V, this has pasted the night image on top of the background layer. Let's move the layers panel out of the way a little bit. And our next step is to create a layer mask. And this can be found in the layers panel. Head over to the layers panel and look for the icon that has a circle within a square. If you hover the mouse over the icons, Photoshop will tell you what they do. There we go, add layer mask. So let's click on this, and you'll see a secondary thumbnail appear in the layer. A layer mask will allow us to hide pixels on the layer, revealing the detail in the background layer below it. Usually you would use a brush set to black to hide areas of pixels that we didn't want to see. But because we want a nice smooth transition between day and night, instead, we're going to use a different tool. Head over to the toolbox and select the Gradient tool. Once the options appear, head down to the Gradient editor. Now, there's a whole load of different presets, but the one that we want is black to white. So click on that, and then we can close this down. What we're going to do is draw a line from one side of the frame to another, and this will gradually hide pixels so that we can see the transition from day to night. So head over to the left side of the frame, hold the mouse button, hold Shift, and this will drag out a nice straight line to the other side of the frame. Release the mouse button, and there we go. You'll see that the pixels at the left side of the frame have been hidden, revealing the day background below. Now, if you're happy with the results you get so far, you can stop the technique there. But there's a little more we can do to really get the most out of our day and night images. As I explained before, you can use the brush tool set to black to hide pixels as well. And now we've got the nice smooth transition from the gradient tool, we can then switch to the brush tool for a little fine tuning. So for this area of the frame, I want to really make sure that all the pixels have disappeared. So hold the mouse button down and paint over the area with the brush tool to hide all the pixels again. And that reveals just a little bit more of the background layer. Essentially what you're doing is taking a more manual approach to hiding the pixels. Now on the right hand side of the frame, I've got the opposite problem. I want to see a bit more of the traffic trails. So to switch the colour of the brush, simply press X, and you'll see there it's changed to white, and I can paint back in a bit more of the dark night area of the frame. There we go. Now where there's a join, you might want to lower the opacity of the brush to give a softer effect. Simply go to your tool options, move the opacity slider down, and then you can brush. If you want to change the size of the brush, simply use the square bracket keys. There we go. So with just a few commands and clicks, I've gone from a day image to a time-spanning day and night image. It's an amazing technique that looks like it took forever to put together, but in reality, it's a couple of minutes work in Photoshop. All that's left to do is to flatten the layers, layer, flatten image, and then click File, Save As, and you can save the image in your chosen format. There we go. Have fun making your day to night creations, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!